Welcome back to the channel. My name is DJ Lenny Love. I am the corporate and wedding DJ specialist here in Atlanta, Georgia. That's what I do for a living. I'm here to talk about another speaker that is one of my favorites that I don't see a review on yet. It is the Bose Sub2. I love this so much that I got two extra ones after hearing what the one output did for me. So the reason why I love these so much, they're slim, they're light, right at 70 pounds or so. And it's got a 10 by 18 inch woofer in here that's kicking out 1,000 watts RMS on it. So 1,000 watts of power that's kicking towards you, man. And it's light, it doesn't take up as much space in the rig. I love it. I'm talking about chef's kiss. You gotta hear it for yourselves. If you don't believe me, just go by a Guitar Center or somewhere that has it on display, hook something up to it and just let it go. But it's a really, really cool speaker. I'll dive into some more specs on it here in just a moment. But yes, it comes with this cool little cover. And this cover's thin. Pretty sure there are aftermarket places that have the thicker cushions on there, but that's just a Bose thing. They just don't give you thick padded stuff like all these other people. Or have it available to buy, put it that way. But yeah, man, it's 70 pounds, 1,000 watts. They're cool. You can sit them up just like this, or you can lay them down flat, stack them, caracoid mode. Did I say that right? I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So you can push the sound in a direction and not have any spillage in the back. But I love them. I'm gonna go through and dive in on some specs on these here for you real quick. All right, let's pop this cover off here. And this is the module. That is the 10 by 18 racetrack driver that they have in this Bose Sub2. It's powerful, it's clean, and man, it dips down to right at 37 hertz on the low end, which is really, really deep lows there that you can use there for you. So you also can do like, you can set this up in a crossover to where it will catch those low ends, and your top speakers, you can set those up at a different frequency as well too. And I'll show you that on the back. So if you look on this side, this is gonna be my flat side that I normally put on the ground. And one of the cool things about the other side, if you lay it flat, it's got the M20 threaded speaker pole mount. I'll show you how to do that in just a moment here. But let's look at the back panel on here. So when you hook this bad boy up, you got your main power button right there. So main power, you got your phase pattern for your, so that's for your cardioid. I said caracoid earlier. Y'all pardon me, man. I'm not that into the sound like that. I know how to do it and I know it sounds good, but just forgive me that I didn't say that right. So line in 1, line in 2, you can have those two inputs. And there's a through on those as well too. Now on the output on this, you can have it with a low pass filter. I mean, on the line out, you can have the full, so it'll send the full range to your top speaker, or you can do a high pass filter to where it filters out the frequencies that this is going to use and just send the different frequencies to the top speakers, so they don't have any of that bouncing off and the frequency bouncing and things like that. So that's pretty cool. Now, this is what I was talking about with the low pass filter. So if I put this on low pass filter for the top, for that LPF, that means it's gonna give me the deepest of the lows. So it's not gonna reach into the higher frequencies because it's gonna leave that up to your top or your full range speaker that you have. Now, when I put it on L1, that means that when I do that, it's gonna reach higher. So you're gonna get higher bass response in the frequency range. So if you want the deep lows just to handle that, that's going to be your way to do it there for you. And if you want it to reach higher and give you a full range subwoofer sound, that's going to be where you would change that at. Just play with it and you know what I'm saying, get whatever sound you feel like you like on it, but it'll definitely suit your needs on that. It's very punchy, it's very deep, and it gets up to 129 dBs of max SPL. So these things get loud. And here, like I said, this is the cardioid. You'll just pretty much, you'll set up, stack them on top of each other, and you'll put the position. So plus is the one facing forward, minus is the one facing backward. And that's pretty much all you have to do on that. It's got the USB-C input on the back of it for firmware updates. And at the bottom, it's got two different things you could do as far as power here. So you've got the sub match in, and then you have just a regular IEC cable in. That's if you're pairing this with like the Bose Pro 32s. But I don't have the 32s. I just have the Pro 16s that I stack on top of these. But yeah, you would just have to slide this over, and that is the sub match in. So you don't really have to do any settings or mess with these up the top. It'll automatically send the correct signal for it. And then it's got the sub match through where you can pair this with other subs. But in my position, I'm using this as an external sub. I just have the IEC cable going in, and I'm good to go. But yeah, man, this is actually pretty awesome. I love them. And right at $1,299, you can't beat it for the features that you have, pushing 1,000 watts. I actually called this an upgrade from my EVs. I'll talk about that here in just a moment. All right, going back to the feature as far as this pole mount. So I have a speaker pole mount that is got the threaded on the end of it. So I would just flip this over and it lays flat on the ground. It's a very cool base there. So once you get this in and tighten this up, that's all you have to do. And you can use this with your traditional tops that you may have. You might have like some EVs or some QSCs, whatever you want to do, you can pair them. And that is very sturdy. And like I said, these are just a pair of Altos that I have sitting here that I practice with in the garage. Boom. Got a really good system here. And that's if you're doing something small that you want to have some extra bass in. And they're versatile. You can use them. They're light. It's only 70 pounds, pushing 1,000 watts at 129 decibels of sound on max SPL. They're sturdy. I love them. So if you are considering a smaller rig that has maximum output, Bose Sub2 at 1,000 watts, they're gonna outperform a lot of speakers that cost in the same category, maybe some that are a little bit more expensive. I will say the ones I had before this were the EV EKX 18 SPs. Now we all know whoever has those are some big heavy cabinets, like they're huge. So me downsizing to this one speaker at 1,000 watts was outperforming that EKX that had 1,300 watts max. Like it was shaking my room way better. And I will say I could push these harder to where I'm at the limit. I'm not at the limit as fast as those EKX. But yeah, man, Bose Sub2s, I like them so much that I got 3 of them. As I said earlier, I was so impressed with the sound on these that I bought 2 extras. I was able to spread 3 of them out on the dance floor, hide them under those low rising stages that they put at a wedding sometimes. I could just stick them right under there. And people would never know where that extra sound's coming from. It's pretty awesome about hiding it. Or if I had one on each side, I'll just put my Bose L1 Pro 16 on top. So sometimes if I had a setup in a room where I needed to feel the back side of the hall, sometimes it happens. The rooms would be odd shaped. I could have 2 at the front of the house, one on each side of the stage. One of my Bose Pro 16s on top of them on each side of the stage. In the back of the room, I can have one of these with a pole mount, one of these bad boys, or my EV EKX tops, the 12Ps, they sound good paired with them, and just send a signal to it, to the other satellite speaker back there, and it would fill the room nice. There's energy, there's punch all the way around. Bose Sub2, 1,000 watts, they perform way better than what it says on the paper, man. Go and get a pair. Go check them out at your local audio shop who has them on display where you can plug in and see what they're about. But another feature that I like, because I'm a stiffler on looks, see how you turn it over on its side and the logo is like this way? Flip it around. This is really a small thing, but I'm just, you know, sometimes I can be a little OCD, but that being able to do that, I just love it. But yeah, Bose Sub2, check them out, man. It's your boy DJ Lenny Love signing out on this quick review of the Bose Sub2s. Go check them out. I promise you'll be impressed. At 70 pounds, 1,000 watts, and the output on these bad boys at 129 at max SPL, I'm pretty sure you can use those in any application. And they're very versatile. So y'all holla at your boy.